If you, awesome. Let's get started, ladies, and we'll come into just seated position. And it's completely up to you if you like to sit on a chair today or sit on a mat, whichever is comfortable for you. I'm going to start off on the chair. We're going to start in a lot of seated positions this morning, and then we'll move into some standing positions. Grab your blocks if you need them. And if you just joined us, good morning, warm welcome. Hope you had a fantastic week last week. And we're back into some movement this week. So good to see you all there. And let's just start. Whenever you're ready, please take the time. We're going to start with our breathing. Closing your eyes if that's comfortable for you, or a soft gaze forward to the tip of your nose. Just start to allow the body to relax. Come into your space. Feel your sit bones relax down towards your mat, towards the chair. Arms soften, fingers soften. Feel your feet flat down onto the mat, the ground. And just notice the midsection of your body right now. Your belly button in gently towards the spine so you can find that space in the front part of your body. And we want to have this nice space here so that we have space to breathe, to bring that breath in. So just noticing, feeling your breath right now. And just noticing how your breath feels at this moment. Does it feel a little shorter, a little more shallow? And if it does, see if you can lengthen your breath just a little bit more. That inhale, increase it a little bit more. The exhale, release a little bit more. So let's take about 3 more breaths here. In through the nose. A little longer. Allow that breath to move a little further down to the base of your belly. Exhale, maybe back out through the nose or sigh out, right out the mouth. Good. 2 more just like that. Inhale, deep breath in, deep as you can get it this morning. Exhale. Good. One more time. Inhale, finding that little bit of a lift, lightness into the upper body. Exhale. And just allow the body to sink, get a little heavier. Then start to come back into your space. Open your eyes. If you had them closed, a little wiggle in the fingers, a little shrug in the shoulders. And let's start to tuck our chin in towards your chest. And just feel the stretch in the back part of your neck, starting to feel your shoulders, the upper part of the spine relax forward. And on your next breath in, start to bring your head back to center. Back between the shoulders, and let's start to tilt it back with maintaining a little control in the neck as you tilt back. So you don't want it to snap back too much there, but just allowing a little space in the front part of your neck, the front part of your chest, your sternum as it lifts forward and up. Good. Let's start to bring the gaze back to center, neck back to center. Good. Now let's turn and bring our chin over to the right, a little twist, a little stretch in the left side, left part of the neck. Good. Let's bring it all the way back to center, and let's turn and look over to the left. Bring that chin as close as you can get it to the left shoulder. Good. Let's start to bring our gaze back to center, and let's tilt our head over to the right, bringing the right ear towards the right shoulder. Nice. And keep that breath moving. Keep finding that length in the spine, lift out of the upper body. And let's bring our right arm up and over and bring the right hand to the side of the head. Good. Bring your left hand on your left hip. Very nice. And then start to release, arms back alongside you. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Tilt the head over to the left ear towards the left shoulder, and just relax. Good. Starting to bring that left arm up and over. If you choose to, again, if this feels a little bit too much, too intense in your practice today, just take it out. And then right hand on the right shoulder if you choose to. And then we'll just breathe right here, whether you're letting it go on its own or with your hands at in the pose there. You decide, remembering that this is your practice this morning. So allowing your body to move the way it needs to this morning. Really nice, everyone. And then slowly relax, arms back alongside you. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale all the way out. Just always noticing your breath, and see if you can make it your intention this morning to really notice your breath. And at any time you feel you're holding onto your breath, especially when you're trying to focus on that movement, come back to it, nice and slow, breathe. Good job, everyone. Let's take our shoulders all the way up, squeeze them up towards the ears, and then exhale, float them all the way back down. Good. Inhale to squeeze up towards the ears, exhale, float them down. Just keep moving. Good. Now let's bring our shoulders back up and then let them float towards the belly button. Very nice. Breathe in. And just roll them forward and down. Good. We're going to do the same movement with the squeezing of the shoulders up and down, but this time we're going to bring our hands on top of our shoulders, and we're just going to roll them out, circling our elbows around. So you can have this movement up and down right now, or up and forward and down. So up to you where your movement's going, just finding that circling in the shoulders. Good. Now switch sides. Go the other way this time, opposite direction. Feeling the space across the chest, across the back part of your shoulders, the shoulder blades as they open and close. Good. Let's come back to center, and let's release the hands now and bring them out alongside us. So we're teeing out the arms, fingertip to fingertip here, left to right. Good. Now we're still going to keep that movement in the shoulders, but this time just circling the arms out. Starting off with small circles, maybe making them a little wider. So everything's moving now. Shoulders, elbows, the fingers, the hands. Good. Take breaks whenever you need to. I know this is a lot of movement into the shoulders and now into the arm. So please take rest and come back in and join us whenever you need. And let's move the other way, opposite direction. Just releasing any of that congestive fluid that might have made your shoulders a little stiff this morning. This is a great way to release. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale. Let's take one more breath here. Exhale all the way out. Release shoulders down. Breathe in. Exhale. Really nice. Now we got lots of movement into your shoulders, into the arms there. Let's find a little bit of a stretch. We're going to bring our right hand along the side of the chair or along the side of the neck. And let's bring our left arm up and over. Breathe. Stretch. Relax. Maybe even trying to open that left shoulder back just a little bit so that you can bring your shoulders, face them forward as much as you can. Really nice, everybody. Let's switch sides. Left hand down, right arm goes up, stretch. And this is such a nice movement, especially if you haven't done any stretches since you've woken up this morning. So this is a nice way to just get that nice release after your sleep from last night. Good. Let's do one more time on each side. Relax that right hand, left arm up and over. Over to that right side, remembering to open up the shoulder that the arm is lifted at, just so they can bring a little space across the chest. Good. Let's bring it to the other side. Right arm up and over. Breathe. Start to feel that engagement, activation in your low belly as you draw the belly gently in towards the spine. So you're not sucking the belly in, just finding that length and lift. Good. Let's bring our arms all the way back to center. Great. Let's bring a little twist. Now that we're working into the spine here, we brought it into a lateral motion. Now let's bring it into a twist. Bring our arms all the way up. Fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, we're going to twist over to the right. Good. Now keep the hips centered to the front of the room. You were just twisting in the midsection of the body. Bring your hands down, maybe to the sides of the legs. Maybe we start to move a little further with each exhale that comes out. And for some of us, maybe that right arm comes to the back part of the chair. Just remembering everything must always feel good in your body. That's the most important thing. So if you're only able to come up to this point, that's great. Good. Let's take a breath in. And on your exhale, unwind the body. Take it back to center. Great. Just already feeling this nice stretch and the body wanting to go to the other side. So we're going to start to bring our arms all the way up and reset that spine. Lengthen it out from the hips. Exhale right over to that left side. We can start off real small, real gentle as you bring in that twist in the midsection of your body. And then moving with breath. With each breath, maybe allowing a little deeper of a twist if the space is there. Again, feeling the feet flat down onto the ground. Feeling your sit bones ground down. We're just twisting in your spine. Good. Let's start to unwind the body on your next exhale. Come back to center. Oh, that just feels really nice, doesn't it? Just getting that release, twisting out all of that, the toxins in your body. So visualize your spine just like your towel at the sink, and you're just wringing out that water, the dirty dishwater in your sink, and you're just wringing it all out. So same thing is happening in your spine there. So we're going to do this twist again, but this time we're not holding it. We're going to find that movement, a little bit of flow. So bring your arms all the way back up, stretch up, exhale, turn and twist. Good. On your inhale, reach back up, exhale, twist. So move with breath. Doesn't have to go this fast. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, twist. Okay, we're going to do that a couple more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale to twist. Breathe in. Breath out. Inhale up, reach. Exhale down. Let's bring in one more round here. Inhale to reach up. Exhale over. Good. Last time to the left side. Inhale right up to the top. Reach it up. Exhale, twist. So good, everybody. Come back to center. A little bit of a twisting motion just to release anything. A little bit of tilting of the tailbone if you in your seat as you feel your pelvis lift up and down. Very good, everybody. Let's start to bring in a little bit of cat-cow, and that's exactly what we're going to do is tilt our pelvis in and up. So we're going to bring our hands right onto the lap. I'm just going to move out to the side just to give you a little bit different angle here. And we're going to make sure our feet are flat onto the ground. And if ever you feel, I should mention this at the beginning of class, so I apologize, but if any time you feel your feet aren't on the ground and you feel your seat, your glutes or your bum is really quite forward from the chair, if you have any blocks or even like a stool, just a small step stool, bring it under your feet so that you have somewhere to place that your feet on. I know I completely understand. I'm only 5'3", so even some chairs can be quite long in the seat, quite big in the seat there. So to have your complete glutes on top of the seat can be pretty tough. So to allow yourself a little lift, bring the floor up to you, grab those things to help you support yourself. But let's find that little base in our feet, and then our hands onto the lap, and let's move right into our cat-cow. So let's move into cow first. We're going to inhale to lift the shoulders, push them back just gently, open the chest forward, maybe a little gaze higher than eye level, maybe tilting the neck back if it's okay. Push the belly button towards the front of the room. Good, this is your cow pose. Exhale, we're going to start to round the spine, tuck the chin in. Belly button draws in towards the spine. Good. See, and then notice that little bit of rounding in the back part of the body. Inhale to lift again. Good. Open. Find space. Feel that little bit of a back bend in your low back. Good. Exhale all the way down into your cow pose. Good. Now, once you've got it, just keep moving up and down. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do about 4 rounds here. Maybe even 5 if you're going nice and quick there and you're feeling you need that little bit of movement into the spine. Enjoying all the sensations that you may be feeling in your body right now. Good. Let's find one more round. In through the nose. Exhale. And just finish up your round there as you move right back into a neutral spine, shoulders back over the hips. Beautiful. Great job, everybody. And then just noticing how your spine feels right now. And we've given it a lot of movement, side to side, twisting action, and then in and up. And just kind of almost rejuvenates the spine there just from those 3 movements. Great job. Now let's come back to the shoulders, the arms after giving them a little bit break there. We're gonna bring our arms all the way forward, extend them forward. Hands are gonna feel like they're pushing against the wall. Great job. You can spread your fingers nice and wide. You can close them up and squeeze them together, whatever you choose to, as long as you find a little activation there, a little energy. Good. Feel your feet press down onto anything that you can find support on. And then we're going to bring our hands back, elbows towards the sides of the body. Good. We're inhale to extend the arms back out. Exhale, bring them back in nice and close. Very good. And I'm going to just move to the side. Inhale to push against that wall. Exhale. Good. A little bit of strength exercises right now. Inhale to push. Exhale to bring it back in. Elbows alongside your body. Breathe in. Breath out. Great. So you want to keep everything nice and strong. You can keep the movement nice and slow. We're not doing anything with weights here, just our body weight. Good. Starting to feel a little bit of energy firing up into our arms, the wrist creases, the biceps and triceps, the forearms, all working really hard in this action. We're not going very fast. We're very intentional with our movement. So visualizing your arms pushing all that wall right to the very end, and then bringing it in all the way back towards yourself. Good. Let's do 2 more times. Breathe. Make sure you're breathing. Again, I know we're focusing on everything very intentional, but keep with that breath. Good. Maybe finishing up your last round here. So good, everybody. And then slowly relax. Wiggle out the fingers, a little shrug in the elbow, shake out the arms a little bit, or relax your arms, hands down towards the mat. Take a couple of breaths here. It's a lot of movement. It's a lot of strength building, which is great for your body. Very safe. Breathe. Very nice. Now we're going to continue that movement, but in a different direction this time. So make those nice hands, flex them out, either close them up or open them up nice and strong. And we're going to bring push up now. So keep those arms nice and strong, and we're going to push all the way up towards the ceiling. Good. Arms up. And then bring the arms back alongside you as if you're trying to push a big box all the way, this flat. So your hands are quite flat, as flat as they can be. They don't have to be perfect. And we're going to push that box all the way up. Lift it up nice and high. And then send your arms all the way back down. Let's move another box. Breathe in, belly button towards the spine. So you still want to find that length in your spine. Lift out of the hips. Good. Breathe. Soften along the face, along the jaw, nice and slow. Listen for that oceanic wave-like sound in your breath. Take breaks whenever you need. Rest when you need. Breathe in. Breath out. Let's do about 3 more times there if you have it in your practice here. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale. Your last two rounds here. Inhale. Exhale. Your last round. Breathe in. Very, very nice, everybody. Exhale all the way down. And relax. Wiggle it out. Shake it out. Relax your arms. Soften your fingertips there. Take a couple of breaths. Catch your breath. Nice and slow. Smooth breath in. Smooth breath out. And we're not even using weights, but It's a lot of work because we're being intentional in our movements and we're taking it nice and slow. Good. Now we're going to do one more thing, exactly the same kind of movement, but this time different direction. So keeping those hands activated, elbows alongside you, but this time we're going to move out to the sides. We're going to push to the sides of the wall. Good. And if you're not ready just yet, join us when you are, and then bring the elbows back alongside you. Very good. Push to the left, to the right, right to the walls. Very good. And then bring those elbows back alongside you. Good. Inhale to push your hands out. Again, feeling it in your wrist creases. Exhale all the way back in. Breathe in, push, get nice and strong in those fingers. Arms are lengthened, they're strong. Exhale, come back to center. Keep moving with your breath. Soften your face along the jaw. Noticing everything that you may be feeling in the stretch. Two more times. You've got this. I know we've done so much with this movement, this one movement here. Good. Maybe starting to come back to center. Relax, shake it out, a little movement. Beautiful. Rest your hands, roll the shoulders, shrug them out. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale all the way out. Really nice job, everybody. Let's close up our hands like a fist, and that's going to feel pretty nice, especially since we stretched our fingers so much there. And then we're just going to roll our wrists. This is also going to feel really nice after all of that strength building. Just circle them out one way and then the other. Maybe just switching sides a little bit here and there. Very good, everybody. And just shake anything out that might need that release right now. So good, everyone. All right, let's move down. We've gone from our head all the way down to our arms, to the spine. Now let's come down to our hips. Let's bring our hands onto the hips or hands onto the lap, wherever you like to have your hand feels the most comfortable for you. But we're going to bring a little tilting action into our hips there. We're feel out the hip creases first if you have your hands on the hips, and we're just going to tilt forward. As far as you can, make sure your feet are pressing down towards the ground, and then bring it back up and tilt it back. Sit back a little bit there, right onto the backs of your glutes, and then come back up, tilt forward, and back. Just finding a little loosening into your hips there, a little decongestion again into the hips. And almost creating this little bit of rocking motion in your hips. Only going as far as it feels good in your body. As always, listening to our body, being aware of how it feels today. So it could be completely different than last time that we were in this movement. Good. Well, let's start to make our way back to center, shoulders back over the hips. Now let's bring a side to side motion with our hips now. Almost a feeling of pushing into one bum cheek, then the other one. A little bit of a lift into the opposite hip. So as you push down into one, you're lifting into the other, feeling the hips or hip creases release and compress. So a little side to side rocking motion now. Let's keep that breath moving. Find your flow. Find your pace. Very nice, everybody. Let's start to come back to center. And let's almost visualize connecting the dots now. So we're going to lean forward, right into our hips. Then we're going to go to the side, come around, tilting to the back, come back to the other side, and then tilt forward again. And then just creating this nice round circular motion, but trying to hit all those points that you worked really hard on as you're rocking your body previously. And taking your breath with you, or I should probably say more like allowing your breath to guide you through this motion or movement. And let's move the other direction. When your body's ready, finding that release, and how do you feel when you move this way? And let's start to come all the way back to center, shoulders back over the hips, and feeling how loose your hips might feel at the moment. Great job, everybody. All right. We're gonna come down to our legs now. We've done so much on the in the upper part of the body. We're gonna come down to the legs, but we're gonna come into standing. Before we come into standing, let's move through a couple sun salutations. Let's take a breath in, lift our arms all the way up, reach up, maybe even staying for a second here just to get that nice lift. Exhale, forward fold right down to your feet. Relax your upper body. Good. Inhale to lift halfway. And lengthen the spine. Push your hands into your legs. Exhale, fold right back down towards the feet. Good. Nice rounding in your spine. Press into your feet. Tuck your chin in. Rise all the way back to seated position. Arms come up when you're ready, as maybe a gaze comes up if you're okay with the neck there. Exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Breathe. In through the nose. Exhale, relax. Shoulders roll back, sitting back up nice and tall. Let's do that one more time. Your pace, your breath. Inhale to sweep the arms up nice and high. Exhale to forward fold right down to the toes. Inhale to lift halfway. Lengthen from the tailbone to the crown of your head. Exhale, relax the body back down. Press into your feet, tuck your chin in, rise all the way back up, sitting up nice and tall. Stretch the arms back up, maybe a gaze up towards the sky, pressing the palms to touch. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Breathe in through the nose, belly draws in. Exhale, relax, arms back alongside you. Breathe in and out. Very, very good. And if you are ready for it, let's come behind our chair there. So into a few standing poses in to kind of come to the end of our practice here. So getting right onto our feet, our legs, feeling a good distance between the feet there. Good, and just making sure that everything feels good, maybe a little bit, maybe hands onto the chair. If you need that support, maybe hands onto the hips. And let's just start to bring a little bit of lift into our heels. That's going to feel super nice here. And then bring our heels all the way back down. Heels up. Exhale down. Breathe in right onto the tippy toes. Exhale, bring it all the way down. Breathe. Good. And feel all 10 toes press down towards the mat. Feel the lift in your heels. Feel the stretch in the front part of your feet. Oh, let's do about 5 more of these heel lifts. Good. Really, really nice, everybody. Great job. So let's start to land back onto our heels. And let's just concentrate on our right foot right now. And we're going to bring in even more of a stretch right to the tops of our feet. So we're going to lift, take a breath in. We're going to lift our heel all the way up. I hope you can see it's going to be pretty small, but we're going to just listening to my cue. Lift your right heel all the way up and then bring it onto the tippy toes. Good, right up onto the tippy toes. You're gonna start to feel a little bit of more weight into your left foot, and that's fine. That's okay. So we're just creating a little bit more balance in here. And then we're gonna see if you can curl your toes all the way in and push the tops of your toes right over. Good. And then seeing if that feels okay. If it's a little bit too much, just come back onto your tippy toes. Good. And we're just, if you can curl your toes in a little bit more, just feeling that stretch. Now be mindful, make sure everything does feel good and that you're not overdoing it. And then we're going to untuck the toes, bring it to the tops of the toes again, and then bring your foot all the way back down. Press into the heel. Good. We're going to do that a few more times. Inhale to lift the heel up. Good. Right onto the tippy toes. Curl the toes in as much as you can. Feel the stretch in the top of your foot. Get that nice stretch in as far as you can go. Good. Untuck the toes, press back into the bottom of your toes and push your foot all the way back down. Very good. 2 more times. Inhale to lift all the way up to the tips of your toes and then roll them forward. Good, nice stretch right there. And then unwind and come all the way down, push the foot back down. Great job. I hope everybody understands what I'm doing here. You might need to watch this back and zoom in. And let's do it one last time. We're going to take our heel all the way up right to the tips of the toes, maybe curling them and rolling them forward. Press to the tops of your toes there. Sometimes it's a little bit too much, so don't go too far there. Untuck and press back into your heel. Good. Ground both feet down. Take a breath in. Exhale. Great. Let's try the same thing on the left foot. And I'm going to turn my chair around and make sure that you can see my left foot here. So doing the left side now, we're going to take a breath in, start to lift the left heel up, press into your right foot. That's going to ground you down and keep you up. And then bring your left toes all the way to the tips of the toes. So kind of like feeling like a ballerina here. And then curl them forward, roll them in, press into the toenails. Yeah. And then when you're ready, untuck, right back onto the toes, press that foot all the way down. Great. How do you feel with the stretch right now? Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, lift the heel up, curl the toes in as much as you can. Feel that stretch. Stay, pause, take in that feeling. And then when you're ready, untuck the toes, right back onto the toes, and then back onto the heel. Good. 2 more times. Inhale to lift, curl them in as far as you can get it. Exhale, roll it back down. Great job. Last time. Breathe. And then start to untuck. As you take that breath out, bring it back to center. Great job. Both feet ground down. Walk it out a little bit. Pitter patter. Lift the knees up. A little blood flow in through the nose. Exhale. Good. Let's start to step our left foot back behind us. Very good. Let's come into pyramid pose and get right into the legs now, the backs of our legs. So turn those left toes out just slightly, push those hips back, hips come forward facing the chair, and then we're going to bring our hands onto the chair. Maybe starting to slide them to our forearms, maybe walking yourself back so you have a little room to hinge and fold. Great job. Good, breathe. Now, if you like a little bit more and you feel you have the flexibility to go a little deeper, bring your hands down to the ground or onto blocks, if you have your blocks here. And give yourself a little bit more of a stretch here, deeper stretch into that right hamstring muscle. Yeah, stay for a few breaths here. Take another breath in. Exhale. Let's come into a pyramid twist. Now, if you have your blocks, bring one of the blocks to the center, right in front of you, and bring your left hand down, right hand on the low back. If you're on the chair, bring your right arm or hand down to the middle of the chair and bring your right hand onto the low back. Maybe a gentle gaze over to the right side of the room. Keep pushing the hips back, especially that right one. Take another breath in. On your exhale, release, come back to center. Very good. Bring both hands back onto the chair, press into your right foot, bend into the right knee, and bring that left foot back beside the right. Stand up nice and tall, back into your mountain pose. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale. Very good, everybody. Let's try the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to turn my chair and let's try the right foot. So when you're ready, hands onto the chair to begin with, or hands onto the hips. Step your right foot back this time. Turn the toes out just slightly. Great. And make sure both heels are flat onto the ground. Good. Legs are as straight as can be, or just a little bit of fluid behind the knees. Now, maybe bring your hands back onto the chair and folding this way. Maybe you walk your feet back a little bit and you feel you need a little more space. Hips draw back, arms start to slide down to the back part of your chair. Now, maybe you grab your blocks again and place them right in front of you for a little lift. A little more deeper of a stretch here. You can also always turn your chair around so it's in the seated direction, and you can bring in a nice stretch here as well. So many options for you to work with. See which one feels the best for you. And let's stay, fold over that left leg a little bit more, press into that right heel, draw that left hip back just a tiny bit more, relax the head, soften behind the neck. And then right back into your breath. Starting to feel that little bit of a stretch in the left hamstring. Take one more breath in. Exhale. Let's come back to that twist there. So same idea here. We're going to bring our block, if you have your blocks there, block to the middle of between the legs there. Press your right hand down, left hand here and go back, or right hand on the chair, left hand on the low back, little gentle twist, maybe keeping neutral with your gaze and just twisting your midsection as gently as you can, or maybe bring the gaze over to left. Good. Keep those hips forward. Take one more breath in. Exhale, slowly release. Hands back onto the chair. Press into that left foot. Bring that right foot back to the center and then roll all the way back up. Shoulders back, arms release back into your mountain pose. Take a couple of breaths there. Inhale. Exhale. Really nice, everybody. Let's remove any blocks out of the way, any props out of the way, and just use our chair. Now, if you're okay with it, turn your chair to the seated side of the chair and face that side. We're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. Bring your feet as wide as you can to a place that feels good for you. And then start to hinge and fold. Nice long back coming down, hands onto the chair. If this seems a little too low for you, turn the chair back around to the back of the chair so it's nice and tall for you. So try both sides, see which one works for you, and then start to come down to a place that feels good. Good. Hips start to draw back. Head starts to relax. Good. And just a little bit of movement into the one knee, then the other, if that feels good in your body. Just taking a little stretch into the spine. Really nice. Good. We're not going to stay in this fold for too long, just at this moment. We're going to come back onto our hands if you were on your forearms. Good. Now we're going to bring our left hand and place it to the center of the chair, whichever side it's on. And we're going to bring our right arm out, maybe extend it out to the right side of the room. Maybe it goes up a little bit higher, maybe angling it out. Maybe it comes up a little higher than that. Make sure that the shoulder feels okay. So you don't want to go any higher, especially if you have quite a stiff shoulder this morning. So only as high as you'll go. And then on your exhale, we're going to float it and thread it right under our left shoulder. Good. Little bit of a twist here. Inhale to open and find space to as high as you can. Exhale, thread it right under. So good, everybody. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thread it right through. Breathe in. Breath out. Make sure there's a little bit of a gentle bend to your knees, just so that they don't lock up. Good. Move with breath. You don't have to be in sync with my movements right now. Good. Let's do two more right here. Inhale to lift. Exhale to turn. Inhale, lift. Exhale to twist. Great job. Let's come back to center, both hands back onto the chair. Take a little movement. And then let's switch sides. Right hand lands to the middle part of the chair. And then left arm is going to go up just as high as you will allow it this morning. Exhale, thread it right under. Good. Breathe and just continue this movement. Again, always taking breaks whenever you need. And if it is feeling a little too much, just come into a wide-legged forward fold. Great. Three more. Doing so good, everybody, wherever you're at. Good. Your last two right here. Keep breathing. Find your breath. Your last one. Taking that inhale. Exhale. Slowly bring your hands back onto the chair. Let's do a forward fold right over the chair. Hands onto the chair. Forearms onto the chair. Maybe you bring your hands all the way down to blocks or the floor. Good. Hips back, release into your upper body. Let your head go, soften behind the neck. Relax the shoulders, allow them to get heavy. A little bit of bend into the knees. Gonna take 2 more breaths here. Really nice, everybody. Let's start to bring our hands back onto the chair. If you are on your forearms, start to walk your feet back in gently, and then start to roll all the way back up to standing. Hands can always stay on the chair or relax your arms alongside you. And then just take some time, stand up nice and tall, feet back together, a close, comfortable distance. Shoulders back. Take a couple of breaths here in your mountain pose, especially since your head was below the heart. We want to make sure that we catch our breath, make sure that we're not feeling too dizzy. Breathe in, breath out. In through the nose. Exhale. Nice work, everyone. Let's come back onto the chair and end off our practice. And taking some time, and just like we did at the very beginning of practice, connecting back with our body, feeling our sit bones ground down towards the chair, shoulders over the hips, a little rolling of the shoulders out, a little catching of our breath as always. And then let's draw the right knee in towards us. Good. Maybe a little hover, maybe grabbing hold of it from the front part of the leg or the back part of the leg. And let's just circle out our ankle for a second. One way, then the other. Good. Maybe a little pointing, flexing the toes. Very good. And let's bring that leg all the way back down. Let's try the other side now. Let's take that left knee, draw it in, maybe hovering, maybe grabbing for that leg from the front or the back. And let's bring a little circling there. Good. Flexing, pointing the toes, getting that nice stretch in. Great job. All right, let's bring our feet all the way back down. Let's lift that right knee one more time, and we're just going to cross it over, creating that figure four. Now, if this doesn't work out for you, you can also cross the leg all the way over or cross at the ankles. Good. Now, maybe just sitting upright with your legs crossed, maybe folding down over your crossed legs, maybe arms right over top, and just take a couple of breaths here, pressing down into your left foot. If you do have your figure four pose here, maybe a little flexion of your right toes towards the right knee. Just keep the breath moving. Good. Gently tuck your chin in towards the chest. Rise all the way up if you fold it. And then uncross that right leg. Bring it back down. And let's try the other side. Draw that left knee in. Cross the leg. Either figure four, crossed all the way over, or right at the ankles. Whichever one fits your body today. Good. And then again, maybe sitting up nice and tall and just relaxing the head. Maybe coming all the way down, hinging at the hips and folding over your cross legs. And start to tuck your chin in towards the chest, rise all the way back up. Shoulders back, release that left leg back down, foot back down, and then starting to sit up nice and tall in your chair, on the mat, wherever it is you would like to land in your final pose for this morning's practice. Very good job, everybody. Breathe in, breath out. Closing your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so, or just a soft gaze forward. Start to find that little bit of relaxation in the body. And then start to give yourself a nice big hug, arms all the way around yourself. It's a big hug, feel the love. Send some love in, send some love out, and just a little quiet thank you to yourself that you made it to practice this morning. Great job, everybody. Release your arms, shoulders back, and let's take a few breaths here. Connecting back with your body, just like we did at the very beginning of practice. Breathe nice and deep. Exhale. Inhale, connecting again and just noticing how your body's feeling right now. Exhale. And take one more breath in. And a big breath out. Just come back to that natural rhythm in your breath. Soft breath in. Soft breath out. Very nice job, everybody. You did amazing. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Enjoy the beautiful day. Namaste.
Thank you, Judy.
You're very welcome.
Yeah,
Hey,
you did good.
you have a nice day too. Have a nice
Yeah,
day.
you have a nice day.